Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Codename Big Bear or Stuart. If you want to call me by my first name, welcome to the Bear's Den. Now, as you probably saw last week, I really don't have time to do these videos at the moment because I'm working kind of stupid hours, which is fine, not a problem at all. I agree to the job. That's my fault. But I've not been able to play any video games, not really. Nothing like substantial, let's put it that way. So Trials of Mana, I have been playing that, but not very much, and I've kind of been picking up the game because I can play it for a few minutes and put it down, and that's kind of my gaming life right now, which is not as fun as I'd like it to be. Anyway, so some of the games I have been playing over the last like week or so, last week, and even the last 2 weeks or so, they literally are, you can pick them up, play them for a few minutes, and I thought I'd just give you a nice little list of things you can do on the Switch, games you can play on the Switch, if you do not have time to play video games or do anything at all, and you just want to play a video game. So here is my list of games you can play if you don't have time. So there are going to be a couple of games on here that I have spoken about before in the past. So the first game I'm going to be talking about is Downwell. It's a really fantastic game. You literally you're a little dude who goes down a well, and you've just got to make it to the bottom to the end boss. But you go through like 5 different stages and 3 different levels of 5 different stages, and it can be really, really hard. It's really great to play in the vertical mode or in the tape mode, but if you don't have a grip for that, it's quite difficult. You don't have a stand for your Switch to hold it that way and have the full screen that way in portable mode. It's not great. So doing it on a screen, on a TV screen, is a good way to do it. But like I say, you play this little guy, he shoots bullets out of his feet, and he's got to make his way down as well, and hence Downwell. It is a really, really fun arcade-style game, and I fully recommend it to anybody. If they've never played it before. It's usually quite cheap as well. Like, I think about £6, something like that. I think I picked it up for less than like a quid or something. It was on a deal at some point anyway. But yeah, it's a really, really great game, and it's definitely worth just picking up playing. And obviously, if you get better at it as well, you end up finding yourself playing longer and longer each time. At one point, I was I was playing it, and I ended up playing it about 2 a.m. and I started probably about 11. I got really engrossed into it. It was a bit ridiculous. Anyway, Downwell. Next game I want to talk about is Ghost Grab 3000. I did a review of this game quite a while ago, and basically you play a little robot dude with a little hook, and he kind of hooks around all these ghosts, and he kind of picks them all up, and it's an arcade kind of twin stick shooter almost game, and essentially you're catching ghosts the entire way through. You're in a kind of singular screen, and you'll see some imagery. It's fine, it'll be up here anyway. But you see this ghost, and you got to catch him, and you just got to survive for as long as you possibly can, getting power-ups as you go. Again, I want to say new weapons. Again, power-ups and different speeds, and different variations of your character as you go as well. And you got to build the best score. It's just a really fun game. It's really kind of cutesy drawn. It was all drawn and made by one person, Scott Glanville. I hope that's his name. But yeah, he did it all himself. It's available on Steam. It's available on pretty much everything, I believe, but definitely on Switch as well. And that kind of leads me to the next game as well, which is made by the same person, which is Singled Out, which I believe I still am at least on one of the leaderboards, number 5 in the world, something like that. Hopefully there'll be a screenshot to prove it. I don't know. But Singled Out is a really cool game. You have 3 kind of images, and you've got to find, these images can give you clues to who you've got to find on this little grid. And you literally have all these faces there, and you've just got to pick one face and eliminate the terrorist by using these clues. And you've got to get yourself all the way through as best you can, and then it'll find the big boss at the end. Which isn't much of a fight. It's literally you just touch it on the touchscreen and it's done. Using a touchscreen, by the way, is absolutely the best way to do it. Using the Switch that way. Using it on the screen, you use your sticks otherwise to kind of aim your little crosshairs over it, which is good fun. But it's just it's just a really one of those you can pick up, blast your way through it, have fun, work out a pattern of how you got to do things. You've got time limits for each level as well. So there's kind of stress and panic towards it as well. This gets better as it goes. Ice Cream Man's turned up again. Fantastic. But Singled Out was just a really, really fun game. As you can see on this screen, it's goofy, it's dumb, I love it. Definitely worth a go if you haven't played it before. Again, it's very cheap. Also, another game that Scott Campbell has done is Shoot and Switch, where you literally use one button, little guy flies around your little spaceship, and you just kind of shoot your way across the screen. That's literally all it is. It's a very cool game, and again, it's kind of like down well in that way. You just got to make it to the bosses. Very difficult, but really fun. I would recommend playing that one as well. There's other pick up and play games, so you can pick it up, you play it with friends or something like this. You can also do the story mode. So you can pick it up and play with friends, or you can do story mode, you can do single player. Doesn't really matter, but it's Retromania Wrestling. I did a big review on this, and I've kind of hyped myself up throughout this entire game. It's a very, very cool arcade-style wrestling game, and once you get used to how the game plays, it plays very, very well. It is really good fun, and yeah, you can do the £10 a goal, where you can just go through a few matches. Once the match ends, you can just stop, continue on doing what you're actually supposed to be doing in real life. Again, wrestling games are perfect for literally pick up and play style gaming, because you can have a match in just a few minutes, or you can have a match in a couple of hours, or several matches. You've got loads of modes in this game as well. You can have steel cage, you can have falls count anywhere. I believe there are some new DLC characters come out for free as well recently, and eventually there will be more modes as well, as Retrosoft Studios kind of get on it and do what they can. So there's no creative wrestler as far as I know at the moment. But eventually it will be coming. It's something they are working on. But Retromania Wrestling is a fantastic little wrestling game, definitely worth playing, especially if you like old school style arcade games as well. Like myself, so I'm kind of a sucker for these. Another game I reviewed flipping ages ago was Serial Cleaner. This is again it can be very tense, it can be very good fun, but it also can be nice and quick and easy. But Serial Cleaner is basically you playing a guy who cleans up murder scenes using a little hoover, soaking up all the blood, getting rid of the bodies, getting rid of the evidence. It's a top-down thing going on. Apparently there is a sequel out called Serial Cleaners. I believe it's on Steam ready now, but I'm waiting for it to come on Switch because, well, I played the original on Switch and I want to keep it that way as well. Plus, I think it's perfect for the handheld deal as well. I used to take this to work, so I had 20 minutes to kill whilst I was on a break, and I used to just play this game, and I absolutely loved it. It's just a really cool, funky 70s style. It's got this nice little art style going on as well, and the fact that you can you set yourself time limits, you can set yourself different modes, set yourself different difficulties. If you play it at night, the game is harder because the game itself recognizes that it's nighttime, so it makes it dark and makes that sounds kind of louder. If it's daytime, it's a lot easier. So if you're playing it during the day, like I am right now, during I think it's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, 1 o'clock in the afternoon is. It'll be like a lot easier to play, but then you can also set different modes as well. You can have the serial cleaner be drunk and all this kind of thing. So there's loads of stuff you can do and make this kind of game varied for yourself. And there's loads of little collectibles as well. It's just a really cool game, definitely worth playing if you've never played it before, at least anyway. This next game is weird. I played it years ago on the 360, but it's Katamari Damacy Reroll. You basically play the Prince of the Cosmos, and you've got to roll a little ball around and stick items to it, and you've got to build it to a certain amount of size, at 10 centimeters and so on and so forth, to kind of bring the stars back after your character's dad had just decided to go through the cosmos, just destroying them all, and went, oh wait, people are angry at me because there's no stars. Okay, let's go to Earth and make some more out of those. And the things you collect will produce a different planet as well. So if you collect only snacks, it'll build like a snack-based planet. It's a really weird little game. You control it with two sticks, kind of like the pod racers. Kind of hold the sticks forward, do that, and it'll turn this way, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. But it's a really weird little game, as I said, and I've said that a few times. It's just strange. It's very funny, and it's got just a really cute art style. And like I say, you can literally just pick it up, play for 10 minutes, and that's your level done. And then you can just put it down again, and then pick it up the next day and do the same thing again. So it's one of those games you literally can pick up, play a level for 10, 15 minutes or so, and then kind of start again. And I would absolutely recommend, if you try this game, playing it a lot, because it's really good fun. And once you get used to the controls as well, you can really kind of like really get like but the biggest score as well. It's a kind of score-based type thing as well. But yeah, Katamari, definitely worth a play, especially on a Switch again in handheld mode. It's just perfect for it. It really is. It's just good fun. So a really obvious pick up and play game is Super Mario Kart. I mean, literally, you just kind of play it. You can get through 4 tracks in about 15 minutes or so. You can play one cup in 20 minutes. something like that. And it's just a fantastic game. Like there's not a racing game. There's lots of racing games like it. There's not a racing game that's perfected it this much. The kart racing aspect of it. You're playing as Mario. You can play as Link. You can play as lots of different characters throughout the Nintendo universe. Let's say throughout the Nintendo universe. Within a limit of the Nintendo universe, it's not quite Smash Bros. Levels yet. Eventually, I swear Mario Kart's going to be doing that. But I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. But it's a really, really great fun game. Race these tracks, fire shells at them, use mushrooms to fly down the track itself. You can have a star and be invincible and just knock other characters all over the place. It's just really good fun. If you've never played Mario Kart before, what are you doing? If you've really never played Mario Kart before, I'd recommend finding the original on the SNES app, because you can find Super Mario Kart, which is, like I say, the original, which is very, very different. But they've just released the special version of it where you can just kind of unlock all the tracks are unlocked for you. You can just kind of play them as and when. It's definitely worth looking at least anyway. And if you haven't, well, if you can't be asked with that one and you want to play the new one, then Mario Kart 8 it is. I really hope Double Dash gets a remake or something like that, gets a sequel. That'll be flipping amazing. Double Dash was when you played two characters on new karts. It was just incredible. But anyway, Mario Kart 8 is what's available, so give that a go, I guess. And then finally, this is a game that came out a few years ago, and it's been on, it's one of those ones you kind of see around quite a lot in stores, and it's Bomberman, Super Bomberman R. This is just a great game. I've only started playing this recently, and it really reminds me of Super Bomberman on the Super Nintendo, on the SNES, and those games are amazing. I played them all the time as best I could, and you have this it's got this exact same formula, essentially, that Bomberman has. You put down your bomb, there's a grid, you bomb blast in 4 ways, you got to battle through, kind of doing your tasks, find your keys, either kill all your enemies, or finding switches, something like this to get through to the next levels. And it's all done in stages. Literally, like you have levels. You have a level that's like 1 to 8 and 1 to 8. You have levels that's actually 1 to 8 stages, and you go through and eventually have a boss battle. The boss battles, kind of, by the way, the pre-boss battles are a nightmare because you have to just hit them once, but they always know where your bombs are going to explode, and it's just a nightmare. And once you get it done, you get to the boss. The boss is usually good fun to play. I mean, it's just a really fantastic game. It's got a story mode as well. Bomberman has a voice that I wasn't expecting him to have. Because I've never seen the cartoon series, I've only ever played the games. And another disappointing thing about this game is the fact there are no Louis at all, which is the kangaroos that Bomberman used to ride on in the Mega Drive game and a few other games later on as well. But I'm hoping they will make a return in the next Bomberman game. There is an online version of this as well, which I think has Louis, but I haven't played that yet, so I don't know. But Bomberman R is a really great game. If you've never played Bomberman game, just play this one. It's so good. It really is fantastic, and it's just well worth your time. Right, guys, there you go. That's just a short list of games that I think are well worth playing, especially if you have no time. You've only got 10, 15 minutes or so for yourselves. Let me know what you think of the list down below. Just give us a comment. Let us know what's going on. If you got any games suggestion for me, so I can play these games, play these new games that I've probably never played before, that would be fantastic. Because I am just looking for something I can play that is only a short amount of time. The reason I played so many in the last week or so is my attention span is all over the place right now. It's really, really short right now. I'm having trouble focusing on a few things, but it doesn't matter. Not going to cry about that. So if you have any suggestions, put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you like this video, obviously. And guys, most of all, have yourself a great day. And don't forget to be nice to each other, yeah?